I just unmuted myself. Hi, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Yolo International call. I want to be respectful of your time. Sorry you can't see me yet. I'm just waiting for my internet. I'm director with the Juice Plus Company. Just back from the Elite Leadership Conference in Whistler. It was a very beautiful venue and nice to get to be with a lot of the top people from around, in our company. And I don't want to say top people, but just people, a lot of people who've been in the business for a long time. Many people as 100 clubs, as 50 clubs, as 75 clubs. So hopefully many of you guys will be there this next year for the leadership event. As you know, conference right around the corner in Tampa, a lot of people there. Conference is really where leaders are born. We build for those conferences, not as really as an opportunity, but really if you want to know where all the top leaders are and all the newest information and hear from all the corporate people, you want to be at conference. And as I said, it's coming up in Tampa. And I need to go ahead and everything for our together as well. So if you could just turn to that page as well. But tonight is this event is, I'm beyond thrilled to have our speaker tonight, Karen Jones. I'm going to let her share a little bit of her. I want to talk about this Karen as a person for a second. This woman truly has been my rock. When I was going through tough times in my relationship, she was there, from the business side, but also really somebody who understood where I was at. And I think we all really owe her a huge thank you. There were times I felt like I was going to crumble, but she, helped me, stay true to the vision of and the mission of what we're here to do as part of the Juice Plus mission. She has been a distributor herself, and so she knows what it's like and been in the trenches. She's been the West Coast Regional Director of the North. She's everything. She is our catalyst for all of us, truly. What I love about Karen is that she's also got the kick you in the butt and hug you at the same time attitude, because she knows that, she always does it with rapport and truly has our best interests at heart. She's the 5 pre-qualifications for a new distributor. This is great for all of you guys to hear, to remember, and it doesn't matter what works, it matters what duplicates. And that's what Karen's really going to share with us tonight. And so thank you in advance, Karen, for just all you do and all that you are. I'm one of the leaders that I know, and I consider you a dear friend. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to you while he tries to fix my internet. Thanks.
Okay, well, thank you, Lauren. And certainly I'm very happy to be here. As many of you know, Lauren is one of our top NMDs. She kind of played down where she just was with people who were 100 Club members. And they let a few 75s and 50s earn it, but the real point of this elite trip was for people who are 100 clubs, and she's helped at least 100 people, in her case several hundred people, to reach a qualified business, which is the foundation of our business. It's the building block we all start with. Once you have a qualified business, you are then qualified to marketing. So as humble as Lauren is, I will say that she has the fastest growing international business in the United States, period. And it's because her so big, she stretches her way out there so that she can help as many people as possible. And I see a lot of familiar faces on this call today, and familiar names without faces, whatever you're doing there. The idea here is, what should you be doing right now? What's the deal? We're at the end of the summer, almost at the end of the summer. We have conference, something like that. So if you really want to prepare and make the most out of this conference, which is your Super Bowl, you get some new people to the conference, and you're going to explode your business. People who go to the conference are 6 months ahead in business building than people who don't go to conference. That's how big it is. And so what you are doing now, bringing team members. When you leave this call, that's your goal. bring on new frontline and help your team members to bring on new frontline. We all know people. We know that Plus does the job. Juice Plus, Omegas, Tower Garden, we've got the whole thing wired, complete, everything. And that's, we lead with that. Obviously, we retail to really stretch. And you want to have a massive organization where you're getting tens of thousands of people healthy. You want to build a team, and you want to help your team build a team. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about tonight, because building a team is about bringing in the right people and helping the right people. And that's all it really boils down to. So here's the deal. If you said to me, okay, you only get one quality in a new distributor on your team, it's either going to be that they are smart, that they've had network marketing experience, or they are or they're hungry, whatever the one quality is, and I only get one, I would pick hungry over anything else. Hungry. Somebody who's got a why that they've got to operationalize. And that is why so many people move forward in a business, because they're hurting. And so you bring people on and they're all excited, and then all of a sudden they go MIA or MAI or whatever it's called. They're missing. And so the whole idea is like, what happened? You were so excited. Well, people who need to do something, whether they have a why because someone in their family died of a heart attack and they want to change the world, they have a why because they want kids, they have a why that they don't want their husband breaking his back, so they're going to contribute to some kind of income. Whatever that why is, that is what makes national marketing directors. That's what makes 100 Clubs. Doesn't matter what the why is, it just has to be strong. So when you bring people in, you want them to have the right mindset. And the exercise I'm going to go through, those of you who might have been on the Pajama Regional, I did this whole thing in 6 minutes. I'm going to do it now in like a minute. But the whole idea is that you want to set them up for success with the right mindset and tell them what's expected of them without being heavy-handed. Most people don't want a boss. They've already got a job, so they don't want you coming in with like, and then you go to this website, and then you read this, and then you do that, and then you have to sign up for that, and after that you have to do this, and call me when you're done. That just is not inspiring. But when people come in, you do want them to feel that you have something that they need to be worthy of. Not saying you make people better about themselves, but the idea is you've got something here that is amazing. And if you know that in your heart, that this business model is the best thing out there for economics, for the country, and for the world, you can sell it. And you can help people follow that dream. People will follow people who are confident. And even if you haven't made $2 in the marketing plan, you can be confident about the power of the marketing plan. It's not about what you did with it. As I became a national marketing director, and I was a regular mere mortal, people would say stuff to me like, well, how much money do you make with it? Kind of like daring me. And I would say, why would you limit yourself to what I did or didn't do? It's the power and the potential and the promise of this marketing plan that you should be hooking yourself into and tying into. Because what you do with this may be something that far exceeds what I'm able to do with it. That's what you're for. Power, the promise, and the potential. So when you're signing up a new distributor and they've pretty much decided that they want to be on your team, you also want to make them feel, how Lauren always does, she's so like, we used to, when she first got on board, she would never say Juice Plus in any of her posts in Facebook, and she'd still get 5 customers a month. And she'd never even mention Juice Plus. She would She would build someone that say some things that people would contact her. Now, a lot of you I see on here, Amanda, I know you. Thank you for being an Amanda. I mean, all the people that I see on here, Brandy's on here, Wendy's on here, everybody's on here. This is great. The bottom line is you want to make someone feel like they got to work for it. That's worth only $50. At a couple $1,000s, they would really take it seriously. But $50, eh. So you've got to help them to see that you've got something here that's better than anything out there. And you do it by pre-qualifying them through 5 steps. So I'm going to talk about this now, and then I will send PDF, and whoever's her assistant at this point will send it out to all of you. So you could just listen if you want. If you don't want to, like, if you've had a hard day and you don't want to take a bunch of notes, I promise I'll send it. So if I'm signing up a new distributor and she's ready to go, I'll say something like this, I am so excited that you're joining our team. You bring so much to the table. You have a heart bigger than Nebraska. I want to make sure that we're a really good fit. And what we've noticed over the years is that people who are successful in our business have certain qualities. And then I repeat the same phrase, because that phrase will cause like a neurolinguistic programming in the wiring of someone's head. And I see, and I say, people who are successful in our business, and then I like ... whatever I'm going to say. Oh, Brandy, you have a cute dog. So that's what you want to do. You want to repeat this 5 times. Successful in our business are people. They like to be with people. They have people over. They talk to people. See, I'm setting them up to tell them that they have to be a person to be successful without saying it. They're people. Are you a people person? And then I listen. And if my new distributor says, you know what, I don't really like people too much. Job is to a computer in a basement, and I'm really happy with that, I'm thinking this person's going to struggle, right? Or someone else is like, oh, I'm a people person. Yes, I'm so happy. I'm so everything. I know to have in-home events or to have online events to make sure that they're going to be set up for events, because that's really what we do. That's the first one. And get a person I'm with, so I know what I'm dealing with. The second one is, and I'll congratulate them for whatever. And then I'll say, people who are successful in our business can put some time in venture. How much per week can you put into your new Juice Plus business? And they will either say, I don't know, how much time do most people do? Or they'll say, oh, I have no time at all. It's very good. Whatever they tell me, that's what I work with. And usually when somebody starts out, they got to put at least 10 hours a week into it. Anybody can find 10 hours. So I talk to them about it, and I really see where their blocks are. I really see if they're afraid, like that their other is supportive. All this stuff comes out. I can only do this, in the afternoons when my kids nap. Well, that is someone who is afraid in time with family, and that's a legitimate concern. I want to work with that person to feel good about it, and I want to make sure I find a way to enroll their partner, their husband, whoever, that have a terrible time at home. The other thing is, I never leave a new distributor alone with their husband. Never. When they come to an event and they go explain it to the husband or whoever's home, they're put in the most awkward position in the world. So I always say to them, I will not leave you alone with your husband. And of course they laugh, right? And then we can talk about it. And I'll be like, do you really think that you can explain this to him, what you learned tonight? No, I'm not going to put you in that position. Let's talk to your husband together. Let's do something. Let's bring him out for coffee. Let's figure something out. I'll come over to your house. I'll hold the baby while we talk to your husband. Whatever we have to do is really important there. The next one is people who are in our business can into their new venture. Now, it's only $50 to get started, but there's 2 conferences a year. There's going to be a boot camp or 2 that you want to go to. And then I say this exact phrase, will that be a problem for you? And then they will tell me. I had to borrow the $50 to get in. I make money at this before I can go to conferences. Or someone else may say something like, yeah, I'm glad you told me because I want to budget that in. I know conferences are important. Whatever their reaction is, I go with it. And if someone says they don't have the money, you know, that kind of thing, they're broke or whatever, that was a very difficult thing for them to take with vulnerability. If you've been through Brave Leaders, know what we do when someone's vulnerable. We put our arms around them emotionally. So what I would say at that point is, I am so glad you told me, because I don't really know what your finances are, but we have position-specific bonusing and club bonusing in our company. So in addition to your paycheck, I help you bonus money we could probably set aside so you can get to conference. And certain positions that I know we can get you to, you get a free ticket to conference. So we can figure this out together now that you told me, and I'm so glad you did. I want to make it a win-win for that person about money. All right, next one. Are coachable and like to follow a system. Here's where the rubber meets the road when I'm talking to this person. And I'll just look at them and I'll say, I know that you are an astrophysicist and you have 12 PhDs, but in this Juice Plus business, I'm your coach. Are you, and I'm face, you can let me you to success till you're ready to fly on your own. And I just look right at them and we talk, and then I get their responses and we talk a little bit about it so that they really get it. And I explain at this point, and I use another kind of way of doing it that's a way to imprint. And I'll say, job to get, this is Cheryl Cortese always says, my job is to get you the biggest paycheck I can as soon as I can. But I add to that, my job is to be the keeper of your dream. And somewhere along this journey in Juice Plus, someone's going to try to steal your dream. And it may even be you. So I'm going to take that dream and just say, I'm the keeper of your dream. And if something happens where you start to go off the reservation or whatever happens, I am going to remind you about that dream because I will not let anybody steal it. And that they get that I will coach them. And then the last thing I say to them is, and finally, people who are successful in our business will put their people in front of me right away. So I follow that one after coaching, because if they already admit they're going to be coachable, then they have to put people in front of me because they said they'd be coachable. But how we do things, that we do three-way connections, and that in all the psychological literature, in all the neuroscience literature, two people approaching one person is much more successful than one person approaching another person. And I talk about the trust. We're going to talk together about the people that we're going to build your team right away. And we're going to talk about when each person, like let's say I was bringing Brandy on, I should be so lucky, bringing Brandy on to my new person's team. And I would say, now tell me, we're going to do a profile sheet on Brandy because I want to do this right. And you'll be like, oh, Brandy, tell her about the money, you tell her about the mission, she's in. So don't really worry about tiptoeing around. Be your normal blunt self, Karen. And then I could do it. She might say, oh, this one is really touchy. She had a bad network marketing experience. Her husband thinks this is snake oil. We're going to have to really tiptoe around her. Probably, when we did our three-way connection, I might not even bring up the business on the first call. Because my goal on a first call with someone is to build a bridge. I've had calls where we just talked about golf because that built a bridge with someone who was very tentative about feeling like she was going to get onto some network marketing thing. To have that person leave the call feeling really good about themselves and seeing a place for themselves with our community can be a successful call. Some other calls are where someone's like, and on the call, you're able to talk about your experience with the business. Mostly, as you guys know, you're quiet while your sponsor person is the one that does the talking. And especially new people, then they learn the language, they learn the pacing, they learn what to say when someone makes some objections. And it's all about success in the before you're even on the call, with the profile sheets and with a really good analysis of who's getting on that call, and then being a good human being on the call and not pressing your agenda. If they're ready to press your agenda, you can press it all you want. There's some people that want to know the numbers, how much money they can make in the first 8 minutes. They're ready to talk. Other people are more tentative, and they need to see a place for themselves in our community before they'll rock. There are NMDs who are multi-hundred club level that started out saying, I'm only being a distributor to get a better price. I don't ever want to sell this stuff. And look at them now. So, but we don't waste a lot of our emotions on people that aren't moving forward. We pay attention to the workers. We love on everybody else, even if you have people that aren't working really that much. So what? If they have 2 customers, that's 2 more lives that were changed. So don't wrap yourself up with that. So this is how I would get started. And then you, of course, have whatever the Cortese team and the Slocum team and the Yolo team, everybody does to actually train your people. But what I suggest is that you do that in little bits and pieces rather than all at once, and don't blow somebody away. Many of our distributors are not business people. They've never had a business before. But the ones that haven't had a business before, you want to go slowly, and you want to send them to the Freedom Revolution to check out some of the videos. I would know those videos so well that I would actually recommend which one to watch, just sitting the site and letting them go. They may find some that they're interested in that you don't tell them, but if you tell them specific ones, then they will actually go to the site. It's like this little psychology there. I know that you have other training things, and you've got your Monday night call with Cortese and all the other stuff that you do. Plug them into your system, because you want your people to be system dependent, not dependent on you. When you look at that hard copy of their application, it says independent distributor. And that's just what you're looking for. Some of you may be mothers. I don't see any guys here, but if fathers, mothers, whatever. The deal is that you know that when you first have a baby, you have to do everything for that baby. But as that baby becomes a toddler and starts waddling away from you, they don't need you in the same way. And when they start school, they don't need you in the same way. And when they're a teenager, they don't need you at all. But the bottom line with the whole thing is you are very hands-on in the beginning, and then you release a little bit as they hit sales coordinator and progress beyond, so that they try the wings. That's my entire training for this evening. Ta-da!
But like you said, that's awesome. It is so duplicatable, Karen, like you just said. So we take a couple minutes left, Karen. I'd love to take a couple minutes because my guy never got back here from the internet. But anybody have any questions to ask Karen before we wrap it up, or any questions? Or Karen, what do you think? What do you think the chokehold is for people? The big chokehold for why people don't move?
Confidence.
Yeah.
Personal confidence is the entire 100% answer to that question. Hillary, just saw each other at Q School.
We did.
Yeah, it's completely confidence. It's at the root of every hesitation. Whether it's caring too much about what other people think, whether it's fearing our own limitations, whether it's fearing stepping into our power. This Juice Plus business is scary as hell because it takes all the excuses away.
Yep.
All you have left is you. You can't say anything bad about the product, the company, nothing. It's all about our own personal confidence. And that's what keeps people stuck. And I don't care what the excuse is. It's like when people say to me, I don't know what's going on, but people think Juice Plus is too expensive. I don't even hear that anymore. What I hear is, I don't want to change. When someone tells me Juice Plus is too, yes, you have to show them the value, blah, blah, blah. But I hear, I don't want to change. So I'm going to say it's expensive. You won't have an answer, and you'll leave me alone to eat. It's confidence.
I agree. Love it. Anyone have any questions for Karen? You got the lady on the phone. Anyone?
Well,
Hey, Karen.
yep. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, it's Dawn. Karen, I was wanted to ask. I feel like for me, one of the things that holds me back is closer relationship with family, but I have severe situations. And I've been using the doctor's letter and the heartfelt message and leading with kindness in my heart first. But is there anything else that you find that works? I feel like I can't even offer a three-way call, but maybe I
Yes.
should just do that.
God gave us our families to practice on. When we are bringing up Juice Plus to intimate family members, that sounded weird, but family members, we have to be sure what our real goal is. If we need our family's approval because of how we were raised, and we come at them with Juice Plus, and they say no to Juice Plus, we will have heartbreak because we didn't get their approval. We can't mix up our own emotional needs when we approach our family. It has to strictly be about health, and if they do it, they do it 8 years. Your relationship with your family is the most important part of the equation, and they are going to have all kinds of reactions that you don't have to own. It's not that they're not supportive. It's not that they're not giving you approval. All those things are yours to work out. And when I say you, I don't mean you, Dawn, I mean you, everybody. Because all of us, we're like lunatics. We drank the Kool-Aid, so we want everybody else to drink the Kool-Aid. And families have the same attitude about us as before. Like if you're the middle child or the youngest child, no one listened to you before, they're not going to listen about Juice Plus. If you have that idiot brother that thinks he knows everything about everything and you know nothing, that's going to come out about Juice Plus. The family dynamics are always going to come out. So just love on them, let it go, build outside your family if you need to, and some of them will actually come around.
Thank you.
It's heartbreaker. It's a heartbreaker. And
Yeah.
I have
Awesome.
a question.
Hey, Karen.
yeah.
Hi, it's Andres. So, I hear. I mean, we hear calls every Monday, and obviously, we're talking about hundreds of calls by now. The key thing that I keep on hearing is confidence, 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 confidence. What are the things that one can do to start building the confidence? And would you be able to define, in simple terms, what are the litmus tests of someone who is confident?
Yeah. Let me just say that I was going to say something funny, but it wasn't really that funny. Confidence comes from thinking outside yourself. When you care more about the person you're talking to and their potential better health, and you pull yourself out of the equation at that moment where you're most vulnerable, bother you because you do care about them more than your own hurt feelings. That is what pulls you out of the hesitation around confidence. Then confidence builds after that. The litmus test of confidence is when you are thinking about other people and you're not worried about yourself. That's a litmus test. If I met, somebody, if I met Hillary, and Hillary, could, no offense, Hillary, but you could be intimidating to someone because you're professional, you had a degree, you've got all this stuff going on, and someone who, if I was, maybe I didn't finish high school yet, and I'm going after her, I could be intimidated. But if I have the confidence in what I'm doing, I'm going to approach a Hillary. I'm going to sponsor up. I'm going to go to Hillary because Hillary might be in debt somehow in the background that I would never know because I think she's so, like the top of the world. She's on my chicken list. My confidence comes from I really want to know about this. because she touches a lot of lives in what she does. And, you know, I could just say this because, you know, we're all friends here. Some of us look very healthy. You look very healthy to me. Some of us, me, I'm overweight. Some people, whatever the situation is, some people may think they look too old. There's something about everybody that makes us a little bit insecure. What if I had backed off about talking about Juice Plus in 2002 when I started because I'm overweight? What happened to thousands of people whose lives are changed because I had the courage to speak up? Everybody has that courage when you think about somebody else first.
I find myself always trying to learn more before I step out of the box and actually come into action. I have
Is
a
this
hard
Kimberly?
time. Yes.
Yes. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi.
What is it you don't know about that fruits and vegetables are good for you?
Oh, I know. They're great. Just I just feel like it's hard to actually approach people. You know, I just can't find my voice at times.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I want to.
Mm-hmm. And the answer to that is the same as how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. Where you be able to do it. And I used to practice in front of the mirror. You know, when I was a psychologist, I could not sell Juice Plus to my patients. I could recommend having different in a different organization. And so in between, I would ride up and down the elevators. I was in a medical building, and I would talk to people in the elevators. They were there for a reason. I knew that 6th floor was cardiology. I went in the elevator without telling them about Juice Plus. I would, after hospital rounds at night, I would always give away 2 CDs a day because I knew I wanted the benefits. Because I don't want to give benefits when you're in private practice. Suzanne Sadie knows that. So I would go to an all-night market and give out CDs in the produce section. I mean, it takes. So Kimberly, I want you to go with your sponsor and really work on your why, because that's going to free you up to think about conversations. And the practice is go to garage sales, malls, whatever you want to do, where there's a captive audience, and practice talking to people not about Juice Plus. Just practice talking to people and starting conversations. And then you'll get your courage up. Just so you know, Lauren does. I do. We have to know everything. But you don't have to. Your job is to put people in front of us so that we can help you. Who else? Anything before we call it a day? Night? Morning? All right, you YOLOs. You YOLOs are going to change the world. I want you to step up, and I want you to commit, and you can send me an email if you make this commitment, that you are going to sponsor 5 frontline people between now and Tampa.
Oh, yeah.
5. Now, Hillary, you have to do more than that. I love picking on Hillary because she's. I would pick on Amanda Wright as well. She could do 5 in a week. So if you're into this, just send an email to kj@juiceplus.com. I'll keep a list of you, and then I'm going to check with you at the end of 5. Now, Lauren, don't you usually give a prize away at the end of this thing? Don't you have like a drawing or something at the end of these calls? Or was I the prize? I can't remember. I knew it. I think we lost Lauren. Poor thing. She's like putting 2 Dixie cups in a string together to get on this call.
Karen, you can give a prize.
Yeah, thank you. I wish I could.
Now I'm unmuted. I'm unmuted. I wanted to say we gave away a prize last month. The front line, and we had Sylvia that put on 6 new front lines, and myself that put on 6 new front lines. So we're going to do it again this month and do another prize again this month. So
anybody sends me an email and gets in this contest, I will put your name in a hat, and for each person you sponsor, 5 or more, You're not going once. If you do 6, it's in twice. And I'll
Yes.
I'll give 2 tickets away to Sacramento.
Woo!
But only people on this call. None of these people that didn't show up. The bums.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah.
KJjuiceplus.com.
Got
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you, Karen.
Thanks, KJ.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Thank you.